Olá, tudo bem? Last lesson, we learned how to speak about ourselves and others and how to request personal information from someone. Now, to help us revise with last week's content, with the content of that lesson, I have with me in studio a very special guest. The questions I'm going to ask him are the ones we learned. Therefore, the answers will use vocabulary that is familiar to you. Any new words will appear on your screen with their English equivalent. And who is our guest? Quem é o nosso convidado? He is the driving force behind this project, Portuguese TV Lessons. Let's welcome him. Olá, Viriato. Boa
Olá,
noite.
Zézia. Boa noite.
Bem-vindo.
Obrigado.
Como está?
Eu estou bem. Como está, Zézia?
Bem, obrigada.
Obrigado.
Viriato, como se chama? Qual é o seu nome completo?
Completo. O meu nome completo é Viriato Jorge Soares Barreto.
E posso perguntar, qual é a sua idade? Quantos anos tem?
Perguntar. Eu tenho, deixa-me lá pensar, deixa-me lá fazer conta, tenho 69 anos.
69 anos, que bom.
Maravilha.
Qual é a sua nacionalidade? É português? É
Sou
português.
Sou português.
Ok. E onde mora?
Eu moro em Joanesburgo.
E está na África do Sul há quanto tempo?
É uns perto de 40 anos.
Há 40 anos.
40 anos.
Que bom.
É verdade.
É casado.
Sou casado.
E a sua esposa?
É Gorete.
Chama-se Gorete.
Chama-se Gorete.
E o que faz ela?
Ela é artista plástica.
Certo. Tem filhos?
Tenho 2.
Como se chamam?
Tenho o Viriato também, é o meu filho mais novo.
Sim.
E tenho a minha filha, que é a Ana Tércia.
O que faz o seu filho?
O meu filho é empresário.
E a filha, o que faz?
A minha filha é gerente de marketing.
Que bom, Viriato. Viriato, foi um prazer tê-lo connosco. Obrigada.
Obrigado.
E até breve.
Adeus.
Adeus, boa
Obrigado.
noite.
Boa noite.
Were you able to follow that short conversation? What did I do? I asked Viriato to speak about himself and a little about his family. Did you recognize the questions? What did I ask? They were the ones that we learned last week. Shall we go through them? How did I ask his name? I said, como se chama? Remember that one. Como se chama? What is your name? And how did I ask, how old are you? I said, que idade tem? Que idade tem? Right? But before I asked that, some people don't like speaking about their age, so I asked for permission. I said, posso perguntar? May I ask? Posso perguntar? And then I said, que idade tem? How old are you? What did I say when I wanted to find out where he lived? I said, onde mora? That's right, onde mora. All the questions from last week, remember? And I am addressing Viriato formally, so it is the formal questions from last week. What did I do when I wanted to find out his nationality? What did I say? That's right, I asked, é português? Are you Portuguese? É português? And when I wanted to find out if he was married, I said, correct, é casado? É casado? What about when I wanted to find out if he had children? Remember what question we asked? We said, tem filhos? Tem filhos? All those questions we really did last week, and I do hope you recognize them in our short conversation. Now, let's focus on what I did when I wanted to find out about Viriato's family. I asked questions to find out about his family. What did I do? First of all, yes, I asked, do you have children? Tem filhos? To which he answered, sim, tenho. And how many children does he have? Did you understand that part? Ele tem 2 filhos. Ele tem 2 filhos. He has 2 children. filho e uma filha. Filho, a son, uma filha, a daughter. And I wanted to find out more about those children, about his daughter and son. Remember how I said, what does your son do? What does your son do? Do you remember how I asked that? Let's just recap. What does your son do? I asked, o que faz o seu filho? O que faz o seu filho? What does your son do? Now, do you recognize the first part of this sentence? The first part of this question? Look at it. O que faz? O que faz? When did we ask that? When did we use that question? To ask somebody that we are addressing formally, what they do. So that first part also means, what do? You when addressing a person formally. I asked Viriato, o que faz? What do you do? Now, what is happening? I am using the same sentence, adding on the third person I want to ask about, and I've got a totally different question and a totally different meaning. I have now got, o que faz o seu filho? What does your son do? So I'm asking about a third person. What does all this mean? You may use the formal you, right? Add on a third person and you have a totally different meaning. In Portuguese, the verb does not change. When using the formal you, the verb is the same as for a third person. As for he or she, the verb does not change. Okay? So that is a shortcut for you. Let me explain. All those questions that we used last week and that you saw me using in the conversation to ask about someone, to request personal information from someone, those same questions, when addressing that person formally, may now be used for asking about a third person, a he or she. Okay? Let's see. How did you ask? What is your name? Remember that? We said, como se chama, right? We were addressing that person formally. We said, como se chama? What if you wanted to ask, what is your husband's name? You would say, como se chama? Just add on to that sentence, o seu marido. And now you have, what is your husband's name? Como se chama o seu marido? Got it? Right. What if you wanted to find out where a third person lived? Where somebody's wife lived, for example. How would you say, where does your wife live? How did we ask that question to someone we were addressing formally? We said, onde mora. Remember that? Onde mora. Where does your wife live? Onde mora a sua esposa. Easy. Okay? So use the same questions, add on that person that you want to find out about, and a different conversation will develop. Okay? How would you ask, how old is your daughter? How old is your daughter? You would say, que idade tem? Remember that one? Que idade tem a sua filha? Your daughter. A sua filha. Right? So, let's recap. Use all the questions that you learned for addressing somebody formally and finding out personal information from them, use those same question forms, the same verbs to find out about their family, a third person. Okay? A little bit of revision. How would you say, what is your wife's name? That's right. Como se chama a sua esposa? How old is your daughter? Que idade tem a sua filha? Where does your son live? Onde mora o seu filho? Perfect. Okay? So a whole different conversation can be had with somebody with these questions, adding on that little bit about somebody else, about the he or she you want to find out about. And now let's focus on those questions again. What does your son do? What was it? O que faz o seu filho? Right? How old is your daughter? What was that one? Que idade tem a sua filha? What is the meaning of those two little words? O seu and a sua? Well, they both mean, as you, I'm sure, have guessed, they both mean your, right? Your. So, o seu is your, and a sua is your. When do we use one and the other? I said what for your son? I said o seu filho, right? And what did I say for your daughter? A sua filha. So, when do I use o seu? When do I use a sua? Let me show you. The word for your, o seu, a sua, okay, is dependent on what follows, is dependent on what is owned by that person, what you possess, what you own, okay? So, the your agrees in gender and number to the object that that person owns, to the object that is that person's, okay? That is why we say o seu filho. Filho, son, is masculine, his one is singular, so I use o seu, the masculine singular word for your. Filha, on the other hand, daughter, is feminine, and one singular. So I use the feminine singular form of the word for your, which is a sua. How would you say, following that, how would you say your wife? That's correct. You would say a sua esposa, because esposa is also feminine singular. So a sua esposa, right? How would you say your father, knowing that the word for father is pai, and knowing that the word is masculine and singular? You would say what? That's correct. O seu pai, your father. Okay? So this means there are two words for your, two words that we've seen now, o seu and a sua. But there are another two words for your, which are os seus and as suas. Okay, so how many words do we have in Portuguese for your? We have four. O seu, a sua, os seus, as suas. Why 4 words? Because these words are dependent on the gender and number of the word that follows of the object that is owned by that person possesses. Okay? Following that train of thought, how would you say your children. Now remember, children is masculine, plural. I would use os seus filhos. Os seus filhos. Okay? Because os seus is masculine, plural. And your daughters, that's correct. As suas filhas. Okay? So the word for your depends on gender and number of the word, the object you possess. Okay there. So how would you say your in Portuguese? Your, and remember this is your when I am addressing somebody formally. Okay? How do we say that? It is o seu, a sua, os seus, as suas. Addressing somebody formally. You're a gentleman, a lady, you are addressing formally. Because if you are speaking to somebody informally, here we go again, formal, informal usage. If you are speaking to a colleague, to a child, to someone you know very well, you are going to say your son, your daughter, your father, but using the informal word for your. What happens? You've guessed it. All those S's change now to T's. And your, addressing somebody informally, becomes o teu, a tua, os teus, and as tuas. Okay? O teu, masculine, and one, singular. A tua, feminine, singular. Os teus, your, masculine, plural, or a mixed group. And as tuas, feminine, plural. How would you say your daughter? Correct. A tua filha. A tua filha. Right? Your mother. Still. A tua mãe. Right? A tua mãe. Your parents. What would those be? Parents. Let's just think about the word. Parents. They are two, so it's plural. And masculine, feminine. Okay? Mother, father. So you would say os teus pais. Os teus pais. On the other hand, if you were to say your father, correct? O teu pai. Okay? Your sisters, the word for sisters is irmãs. And if you focus on the word sisters, two, feminine, so plural, feminine, you would say as tuas irmãs. Got that? As tuas irmãs. A little bit of recap. What does o teu, a tua, os teus, as tuas mean? That's correct. Your, but when addressing somebody informally. You're speaking to a work colleague, for example. You say o teu, right? O teu. Okay. And if we have learned the words for o teu, your, o seu, also your, formal, what are the words for my? Are you ready for that one? We also have for. What are they? Let's do them. It is o meu, right? A minha, os meus, and as minhas. Okay? O meu, a minha, os meus, as minhas. 4 words because they depend on the object that is possessed. the object that follows it. Okay? Right, that's all we have time for this week. Do keep on practicing, and remember, do keep on making new conversations using those little elements that I've taught you today. Adeus, até segunda.